Okay, final speaker tonight is Christopher Lord, who has been a Dickens fan since he was a teenager. He also loves classic cozy mysteries. A native of Astoria, he now lives in Portland with his partner of 20 years. The Christmas Carol Murders is his first published novel. His second novel, The Edwin Drood Murders, was just published September 24th of this year by Harrison Thurman Books. He also has a book site, which is right there. And I'm sorry I did not bring my glasses with me. It's there, trust me. I see it, it's in blue, but you can see that. Anyway, come on up, Christopher. Thank you. There you go.
So I'm going to start by reading some of my one-star reviews. I just get such a kick out of them. Yuck. I found this book disappointing and dreary, even with the Christmas theme. It was lacking in attention-keeping qualities. Attention-keeping should have been hyphenated. 1 star. Left-wing trash! Exclamation point. On pages 2 and 3, Lord said that Ayn Rand had small ideas in her book Atlas Shrugged. That indicated to me that he was small-minded. I stopped reading and threw the book out. Never will I read a book of his again! Exclamation point. 1 star. And I'll read the final one when I finish the opening of the book. Christmas Carol Murders. No one was dead, to begin with. Simon Alastair stood behind the counter at Pip's Pages, looking through the plate glass windows that faced Dickens Square, 10 days before Christmas. Only a few customers had been in all day, so Simon had given his young assistant, Brock Spurlock, the afternoon off with pay to help set up tonight's tableau. Simon heard the shop bell. Along with a rush of chilly air came a small man wearing a well-tailored black heather wool topcoat. "I'm looking for a book," the man said. The 5'5" stranger was half a head shorter than Simon, with close-cropped hair and rimless glasses framing pale brown eyes. Atlas Shrugged, by Ayn Rand. He pronounced it correctly. Simon was impressed by that at least, if not by the stranger's cologne. Too much musk. Simon gestured that the man should follow him. "It's in the young adult section, over here." "It's a children's book?" the stranger asked. "I didn't think. People should read Ms. Rand early and get her out of their systems so they can move on to other authors." Simon handed the stranger a paperback copy of Atlas Shrugged. "It's big." Simon nodded. "Yes, but the ideas in it are small." Realizing that he was being rude, Simon stepped away and returned to the register. The stranger examined the shelves. "You have a lopsided inventory," he said. "All of this Capote, but no Tom Clancy? A whole shelf of Faulkner, but nothing by Ken Follett?" Simon smiled. "I only stock books that I have read," he said. "I want to give my customers the best possible recommendations if they ask." "Hard to make a living that way, I think," said the stranger. "Fortunately," said Simon, "my livelihood does not depend solely on bookstore sales." "That must be nice." Simon didn't care for the sinister note in the stranger's voice. The stranger handed Simon his credit card. Mervyn Rourke. A hard name. Simon processed the card and handed Rourke the slip to sign. "Thank you, Mr. Alastair." Rourke smiled. Beautiful veneers. Maybe too large for his face. Rourke had missed shaving a small patch of brown stubble under his chin. "You know my name?" Rourke placed the book in his briefcase. "Everyone I visited today talked about your connection to this town." He pulled open his winter coat and suit jacket just enough to reveal an aubergine herringbone tie. He placed a deep purple-edged card on the glass counter turned so that Simon could read it. Old-fashioned cardstock, engraved. The logo was a large, ornate dollar sign. Marley Enterprises. I've never heard of your company, said Simon. You have now. Rourke leaves, a few more people enter the shop, including a reporter named Zach Benjamin, who is in town to do a story on Dickens Junction, and he and Simon agree to meet after the tableaux are over later that night. So Simon is going to be in one of the tableaux, and he is now getting ready in the Dickens Square to present one of the 4 scenes from A Christmas Carol. Simon got into position at the edge of the foam board tombstone etched with the name of Ebenezer Scrooge. He was already starting to feel the evening chill under his thermal wear. Next to Simon, Brock was making one final adjustment to the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. Using a dummy for the ghost, Simon thought, had been a great idea. It saved using an actor whose face couldn't be seen anyway under the voluminous cowl of the ghost's floor-length black robe. He's heavier than I remember, Brock mumbled. He held the dolly handle that stuck out from a small hole in the back of the ghost's robe. The dummy had been strapped to the dolly and carefully draped with the robe and cowl, everything moving as a single piece. Brock tilted the contraption to position it correctly. The cowl, which covered the dummy's head, an old soccer ball, Simon recalled, draped dramatically forward in a black puddle of cloth. Nothing showed beneath. The floodlights came on, startling him. "I better scoot. See you, boss," Brock said, vanishing into the dark past Simon's field of vision. Simon's knees were already beginning to hurt, and a martini with Zach was 2 long hours away. Simon shifted his glance away from the dummy to observe the crowd. Through his fingers, which he was holding in front of his eyes in character of the terrified Scrooge, Simon watched Father Blaze, Zach, and the others approach him at the final tableau scene. This close, Simon could hear individual comments, whispers of recognition and delight. The dummy's bone-white skeletal hand pointed down, swaying slightly. Father Blaze's dark gaze shifted from Simon to the ghost. Then Father Blaze looked down, eyes wide, the whites clear and gleaming in the floodlights. At the same time, the priest's bemused smile flattened into a thin, grim line. In his peripheral vision, Simon saw what the priest must have seen. Something moving on the ground, a glint, a dark pool spreading away from the hem of the ghost's robe toward Simon. Brushing past everyone, Father Blaze entered the tableau. Simon pressed his palms against the ground and pushed himself to his feet. When he raised his hands, the flesh-colored gloves were moist and stained maroon. A woman screamed. Someone in the crowd fainted. Simon and Father Blaze now stood shoulder to shoulder in front of the dummy. Father Blaze pushed back the cowl. Simon gasped. The skeletal hand fell to the ground. Simon didn't immediately recognize the slack, all-too-human cheekbones, the rictus of death exposing the too big, too bright teeth, or the lifeless, pale brown eyes. In a jagged slash of light, however, he saw the small, unshaved patch at the chin line. Beneath that, the loosely knotted purple tie stained with drops of black blood, and, between those two features, the chiseled point of the narrow spike that had pierced the dead man's neck. So, bad things happen in Dickens Junction. But I will finish. I do have a new book out, The Edmund Drood Murders. The sequel came out a couple months ago. Christmas Carol, in spite of some of these reviews, has not done too badly. At the time that I printed this out in February, 7 out of 33 people found the following review helpful. By Cheapskate. 1 star. Let the buyer beware. I seriously resent not being warned that the main character in this book is gay, and much of what goes on is centered around his flirting and flipping around attractive men. I'm not remotely interested in a gay man's sex life, and I truly believe that readers should have been informed that this was a gay book and not a little 99-cent book. I wasted $2.99 on this garbage. I'm not happy. So that is Christmas Carol. I am going to read just a few seconds from the new book, The Edmund Drood Murders, just because I can. Quilpy's Quill, April 2. I've been blogging forever about the upcoming Drudist conference. I got my press pass and registration today. Quilpy can't afford a Columbia River room at the fabulous Hotel Elliott in Astoria, but I'll be there with Dingley Dell bells on. Click below to learn how you can support Quilpy's quest for a queen. Size bed, that is. Hot news. International star of stage, screen, and tube, two-time Turner Award-winning actress Jennifer Wren will be there too. Jen Girl, I'd go straight for her, wouldn't you? Must be pitching a new project, maybe the long-awaited movie musical of Drood, or that Broadway-bound revival of The Frozen Deep with Jen Wren re-originating the part once played by Dickens's sweet tart Nellie Turner. Look for all the goss here. Local Johnsonian Ozma Dilber will be honored for her most excellent lifetime commitment to the preservation of Dickensiana. Miss Dilber is even luckier to be the owner of the Heart of Helsinki, one of the most famous and fabulous gems in the world, besides yours truly. Longtime Drudist miners Dean Miner and Buckminster Drab will be trading papers and no doubt fisticuffs to boot. I want a ringside seat for that. But the most major and heinous goss is that Bucky Drab promises a ginormous reveal. Could he be talking about the Da Vinci Code of Drood? Number Plan 6, the lost last page of Dickens's notes, where he identifies the fate of the missing Edmund Drood? You better refresh me every 5 minutes or you'll miss breaking news. Local bookstore owner and gumshoe Simon Alistair will be helping with the festivities. Hope I see the boyfriend and my soon-to-be BFF Uber hottie Zach Benjamin. Just named one of the 50 sexiest journalists in the USA. Didn't that magazine get my glamour shots? BTW, I'm still taking applications for Quilpy's Cabin Boy contest to pick a cabin mate for my triumphant return to the Caribbean in July. If you want to be my top, I'm on the bottom bunk. If you get my warp and woof, send your story to Quilpy at quilltop@quilpy.com no later than May 1st. Some lucky fellow will be licking salt off my margarita rim. Be back soon. Click here to upgrade Quilpy to the bed he deserves. That's how Edmund Drood opens.